Government Strategic Allocation 2023 to 2025, also known as the GSA, aims to ensure the successful and timely realization of the milestones and other conservation commitments under the Belize Blue Bond. This GSA is focused on establishing the enabling environment for the development of a Marine Spatial Plan that will foster strengthened governance, improve management, and enhance monitoring of Belize's coastal and marine resources. The GSA proposal was developed alongside some of Belize's key agencies working in Belize's coastal and marine spaces. Comprised of 6 strategic components. Component 1, to be led by the Belize Fisheries Department, will look at strengthening Belize fisheries governance and management effectiveness in Belize's blue space. With limited resources to effectively manage Belize's fisheries resources and its blue space, there arise the need for strengthened governance for protected areas, to increase the on-the-ground operations, and to combat non-compliance with the fisheries regulation both locally and regionally. Improve governance frameworks and enhance institutional capacity along with strategic and targeted engagements with fishers and other stakeholders will increase the government's ability to effectively monitor and increase compliance of the fisheries laws while promoting good stewardship, which is vital to protecting Belize's valuable marine areas and fisheries. Component 2, led by the Belize High Seas Fisheries Unit, looks at integrating an electronic observer program for high seas fisheries. This component will assist Belize in the implementation of an electronic monitoring system to enhance its monitoring, control, and surveillance mechanism for the regulation of vessels, whilst creating a deterrent to illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing amongst Belize's distant water fishing vessels. Component 3 is to be led by the Belize Coast Guard and is expected to enhance enforcement and the protection of Belize's marine resources. The utilization of an unmanned air system as an innovative solution will provide the Belize Coast Guard with a cost-effective monitoring mechanism operated from their patrol bases, enabling them to conduct long-range aerial patrols in Belize's ocean space, which includes our territorial waters and Belize's exclusive economic zone, for enhanced fisheries enforcement and protection of Belize's marine resources. Component 4 is to be led by the Coastal Zone Management Authority and Institute and will focus on the development of Belize's Marine Spatial Plan and sustainable integrated coastal zone management. The Coastal Zone Management Authority and Institute is a designated Marine Spatial Plan lead agency and will lead the delivery of Belize's Marine Spatial Plan entitled the Belize Sustainable Ocean Plan, which is a public, inclusive, and participatory process that will include the mapping of Belize's ocean space to determine the optimal distribution of human activities to balance the demands for national development with the need to protect Belize's marine ecosystems so that Belizeans can benefit from our marine resources today and in the future. This component will also support the modernization of the legal and policy frameworks for sustainable integrated coastal zone management in Belize. Component 5 will look at the improved monitoring, reporting, and socialization of mangroves and reserves, which will be led by the Belize Forest Department. Belize is committed to complete an in situ assessment of the below-ground carbon stock of mangroves, which will create the necessary baselines needed to improve Belize's first ever blue carbon development framework. Complementary to the improved monitoring and reporting of mangrove cover and restoration, the Forest Department, under this component, will increase stewardship of mangrove ecosystems through a robust campaign to support the government of Belize's 2022 decision for the permanent ban on the sale of public lands within the Belize Barrier Reef Reserve System. Commitment 6 will look at the adaptive management, implementation, and socialization of Belize's Blue Bond, which will be led by the Blue Bond and Finance Permanence Unit, BBFP. The BBFP is mandated to interface with all levels of implementation for the delivery of Belize's Blue Loan and Conservation Funding Agreements. The BBFP coordinates with key government agencies for the implementation of the government strategic allocation proposals, along with its effective management, implementation and monitoring, all geared towards the realization of the milestones and commitments under the Conservation Funding Agreement.